Just only last topic it is pending. Next, afterwards, the next continuous means consecutive classes, we are going to take over some test and we will make some revisions to make it very clear. So today the topic we are going to enter, that is called as plasma expanders. Okay, so the name itself indicating what is the topic, meaning to plasma expanders. So what is this plasma expanders? Plasma means, you know what is plasma. Plasma is a blood component. If we are going to divide your blood, if you are going to find out the composition of blood, blood is having the cell and plasma. So the cell, it is constituting 45% of total blood, and plasma, it is constituting 55% of total blood. So 45% cell, 55% plasma. On that plasma, different substances are there. On that different substances, one of the most important substance, that is called as plasma protein. You know that. So in the previous class already we have discussed that plasma protein, three important plasma proteins are there: albumin, globulin and fibrinogen. So albumin, it is having the highest molecular weight, or it is having the big size. Next it will come globulin, and third one it is fibrinogen. Albumin, this is responsible for your, what is this, maintaining the osmotic pressure. Now our blood is having a perfect osmotic pressure, which is going to get maintained by the plasma protein, exactly by the albumin. So if this albumin, it will increase or it will decrease, our means the osmotic pressure, it will get altered. Okay, the viscosity, it will alter. So we are going to face the problem. So what is this importance of this albumin? Now it is clear to us. So it is maintaining. Otherwise, our total system will fall down. What it will happen? If there is a sudden loss, or there is a sudden shock, or there is a hemorrhage, in these cases there is a loss of blood. So in this condition, you have to give the substance which will expand the volume of plasma. Which will expand the volume of plasma. Now we are going to find out this particularly, how this is acting, how these plasma proteins are going to control, okay, or how these plasma expanders are going to control the diverted situation. Remember that all these plasma protein, they are very high molecular weights, okay, and whenever this will give to your body, this will be infused to your body, it will maintain the osmotic pressure, okay. So this will maintain, it will bring back your osmotic pressure in the normal range. So these are plasma protein, but they are basically inert in nature. Originally, if in your blood you are going to find out, the plasma, it is having, don't have only the constitution constituent as plasma protein, it is having lots of constituents. Along with that, it carries different virus, bacteria, pathogens and toxins also, because blood carries everything. But the plasma expanders, you should avoid this criteria. Otherwise, what is our use? That will be interrupted, and we are going to, that will not be solved, and we are going to find out some different actions or side effects or unwanted actions that will come. So time of using plasma expanders, we have to be very cautious. In our blood, when this plasma, what is plasma? You take the blood, remove the cells, whatever it is left behind, that is plasma. Okay, so now I told you previously also, what is serum? In this plasma, if you remove the clotting factor, what will left behind? That is serum. So plasma minus clotting factor, that will be serum. We are not talking about the serum over here. Serum means there will be a cut, After that cut, whatever the exudate it will come out. So this part exudates it will come out. This exudate, this is called as serum. But here we are talking about plasma. So whenever this plasma means all component is there except the blood cell. Whenever this plasma is going to get decrease, or this volume is not perfect, or the osmotic pressure you have to bring back, then you have to use the plasma expanders. Okay, so remember that these plasma expanders, whenever you are selecting, you have to remember some criteria. Which criteria should be present to be a good plasma expander? Number one, this should be very inert pharmacodynamically. It should not produce any action. It should not produce any action to your body. Okay, so any action means any pharmacological action that is not desired. It will not be having. As like plasma protein, it don't have any pharmacological action. Albumin, it is maintaining the viscosity. Okay, and viscosity means osmotic pressure it is maintaining. Globulin, what it is maintaining, it is carrying, it is working as a carrier. Okay, so and fibrinogen, it is working as a coagulant, means it is helps for the coagulation. So that is their actions of plasma proteins. But as per our plasma, this is inert, it is a base. So this plasma, whatever the expanders you are giving, they should be inert. Number two, they don't produce any of the toxic reactions in our body. Number three, they should not make any of the antigen antibody reactions in our body. Number five, they should not interfere with the blood grouping system. Number six, they should not interfere our metabolism. Okay, so these means important criteria it should have when we are going to select and means a plasma expander. Okay, so these plasma expanders, now mostly we are using some means very huge type of plasma expanders are not available. So remember that whenever we are using plasma expanders, basically one it is there that is biologically derived, means from the blood we are going to get obtained from the protein and we are supplying that. So this is one of means plasma albumin. So this is one of the human albumin that is called as. So this we can supply, or another one that is the means synthetic plasma expanders we can provide. But number one, the most drawback is it is having the antigen antibody reaction. Sometimes it produce, along with that it carries lots of pyrogen, virus, bacteria, toxin, because you are going to collect from the some other body. They may have some of the disease like hepatitis. So this will be carried to the another body where you are going to give. Okay, so this is the main disadvantage. And second one, the disadvantage is it is highly costly. This is highly costly, the second one. So here we are going to find out some 3-4 options are there. Most two important options we are going to find out now. So here we are going to find out the human albumin. First, human albumin. 100 ml of 20% human albumin is going to give the equivalent osmotic pressure of 800 ml of fresh blood. Remember this point. 100 ml of 20% albumin preparation, okay, human albumin preparation is going to give the equivalent of osmotic pressure of 800 ml of fresh blood. So 100 ml injection it is enough, means 100 ml injection you are going to give, that is giving the pressure of 800 ml of fresh blood. So see how much potent this is. So now once again the question it is there, if we are giving the albumin, human albumin, what all the disadvantages it will come. see here, there it is not going to interfere with the coagulation, because it is not the whole plasma protein. We are going to give the only human albumin. Fibrinogen is not there. That's why coagulation is not going to get hampered. Okay. What is this? Globulin is also not there. So that's why it is not going to interfere with the transmission of the carrying substances. So that effect is also we are going to avoid. Only the chances of carrying some of the diseases, it will be there. So what we are doing, this is heat processed, means this human albumin, after extracting, it will be passed by the heat. So what it will happen, most of the pyrogen and bacteria, viruses, they will get died. So these, most of the cases, it is free from hepatitis. Okay, nowadays it is free from hepatitis. So when we are going to use this, we are going to use this in the case of burn, hypovolemic shock. We can use in the liver failure, kidney failure. We can use in the case of toxicity, in the any type of shock, as I told you. Okay, so this is the situation where this plasma expanders is very, very essential. Albudac, that is the marketed name. That is the 100 ml preparation, 50 ml preparation that is available. Directly injection you have to make. Okay, so this is the use of human albumin. So the next preparation we are going to find out, that is the dextran. So the next preparation we are going to find out, that is the dextran. So these dextran, two formulations are available, that is called as dextran 70 and dextran 40. So remember that 70, it is the molecular weight is 70,000, that's why it is called as dextran 70, and this is having the molecular weight is 40,000, that's why it is called as dextran 40. Okay, so these two formulations are available, though most commonly we are using dextran 70. Okay, but rapidly acting is dextran 40, but it lasting time is more. That's why it maintain, if we are first we will discuss about the dextran 70, it is going to maintain our osmotic pressure near about 24 hours. Okay, it will make the volume up to 24 hours. So here we are going to find out this dextran, actually both of the dextran, they are actually obtained from the polysaccharide, from sugar. Okay, they are polysaccharide form of sugar. So whenever we are going to apply this, what it will happen, immediately it will go to the body and it will go for the circulation. After that circulation, it will oxidized, and whatever the residual volume it will be there, it will eliminate out via glomerular filtration, and still whatever portion it will be stored in our residual parts, it will be stored in our body. So most of the quantity it will be passed out from our glomerular filtration. But some of the drawbacks are there in dextran over our human albumin. What is this? Number one drawback is it is hampering our clotting mechanism. Dextran is hampering our clotting mechanism. Okay, unlike human albumin, they don't have any function over the clotting mechanism. This is going to hamper. Number two, we are going to find out this dextran, if you are using this though it is basically inert in nature and it don't have any antigenic activity, but still it produces antigen antibody reaction in our body. Why? Because it is having the similar structure with some antigen. So that's why body recognize itself as a antigen, but it is not any of the antigen. Body recognize, mislead to think is as a antigen, and antigen antibody reaction it's happen. Very common. We are going to find out it is having it is going to interfere our blood grouping system also. Okay, so these are the drawbacks are there dextran, but that's also not a very costly product. That's why it is also in the use. Dextran 40 it is rapidly acting actually over dextran 70, but still it is long acting. That's why dextran 70 we are using more. Both are in use. The third one, degraded gelatin polymer. degraded gelatin polymer. So this is actually more costlier than Dextran, but still it is having some good effects. What is this? Means very less side effects than the Dextran. That this is not going to interfere our blood clotting system, and this is not at all antigenic, and this structure is not resemble with any of the antigens, so antigen antibody reactions are rare. So along with that, this is very safe drug, very safe drug. It is having the molecular weight is near about 30,000. So it is going to make the osmotic pressure same like human albumin up to 12 hours. Okay, so up to 12 hours it maintain, where we have found in the Dextran 70 it is going to maintain the osmotic pressure near about 24 hours. So this is also in the used. Okay, degraded gelatin polymer. We are going to find out hydroxy ethyl starch. So in this is actually ethoxylated amylopectin, this the substance. Okay, so this is having the molecular weight, you cannot actually tell, this can vary. So from 10,000 to 1 million it can go up to the molecular weight. Average molecular weight is 50,000. So this is also very inert substance, and it is not going to hamper your clotting mechanism. It is not going to hamper your blood grouping system. Okay, it is a costly substance, costly material, but still this is having the means most of the portion it will be eliminated via our glomerular filtration within some very short period, within some 10-15 hours. 40% it will get released out. Okay, because why I am going to tell you, and next the 60% it will take elimination time is very long. That is the drawback. Very long means it will be stable in your body up to 20 days or 1 month also, because I told this is the mixture of different size of ethoxylated amylopectin. Different molecular sizes are there. So whatever the sizes, it is lower than 40,000, it will be easily pass out. It will be easily pass out from your filtration, and it will go out from your body. So 40% it will pass out, and rest whatever the larger sizes are there, very big sizes are there. So this particular it will take longer time, because they will present in your system, they will be denaturated, they will be split out, the smaller portion it will then pass out. So that's why it may take time 15 days to 30 days so to pass out. That is the major drawback. So elimination, what is this, accumulation of this drug or of this component is high in our body. That's why some of the adverse effect we are going to face: vomiting, itching, urticaria, okay, irritation, and different type of discomfort it will may arise due to this substance. Okay, so these are the 4 important substances we have studied, which we are going to use as plasma expanders. So here mostly our syllabus means whatever the portion it was allotted to me, it is finished. Okay, so now just you go brush up. Any of the problems you may ask me, I will make it clear, and in the practical sessions also we can discuss. So your practical syllabus is also completed. So we will find out how to means brush up our knowledges. Shortly that session will get started in the very new classes. But my one of the advice is, don't waste your time, just go through of your syllabus and read whatever the topics it is already covered. Just brush up. It is not only for your exam views, it is on your knowledge also, it will increase. Okay, so stay safe. Today is up to this much. Take care of yourself. Bye.